gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Louis Michelson at Business Talk Radio. I hope it's a wonderful afternoon for everybody, because we have a special guest today. She's from Tucson, Arizona. She's the founder of TLC, Truth, Love, and Creativity. Robin DeGroot. How you doing, Robin?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So tell me, what do you do, and how do you do it?
Well, I would say it's coaching, because that's the best umbrella for all the things I do. And I do body work. So coaching and massage, energy work, and hypnotherapy are all kind of under the same heading.
And what kind of people come to you? Are they people with injuries? People just they needed their stress relieved, their anxiety relieved?
I think it's a little bit of both. Definitely have people with some chronic kind of issues. So if they have pain and if they have kind of ruts that they've not been able to get past, then I can really inspire certain kind of changes just through the body, and then also with different things they can do on their own. Excuse me.
How are you dealing with the coronavirus? How is it affecting your business?
Well, it definitely affects me because I do a lot of in-person work. So the energy work and the hypnotherapy and massage can't be done right now. But there is distance healing, so you can do certain things with energy through the video, and also hypnotherapy could be through the video. But I do a lot of online coaching, so that's where I'm defaulting right now, to the card readings, some of the astrological stuff, and numerology. I'm just trying to get people to have some peace of mind, some tools they can use to stay calm, and like the spiritual practice, doing some yoga, qigong, things like that.
Qigong. I just interviewed a master of qigong a couple of days ago. Yeah. Susie something, I can't remember. But she was a master. Traveled all over the world learning it.
That's awesome.
How are the stress-related things going now? I know that you can talk to them on the phone. Are you able to relieve some of their stress?
Yeah, actually, a lot of times it's through breathing techniques. And then if they can get outside, like they're not only in an apartment or something, I do recommend that, actually. So in Tucson here, there's some bike paths. So I do see people kind of taking walks, which I think is really good, actually, to get outside, do some gardening, especially if you have young kids. It's kind of a way to connect back to nature, and nature is very calming in general. But otherwise, if you're doing some breathing techniques, so just learning how to do like 10 minutes of slow in and out breaths that will really calm your nervous system, just because breathing techniques do that in general. So I try to guide people through that if they're really stressed. And it's like kind of a strange phenomenon, but if you go into all the things that are the opposite of making money, sometimes it just inspires like a better energy, and something a little bit synchronistic might come into your life. So I promote that. Do your creative things, but it's been putting off, and do some art and things like that, sewing, needlepoint. So learn how to crochet. Like some of these things they're very meditative, so they can be good for people.
Yeah. Calming stuff right now has got to be the number one thing. because the
Yeah,
stress,
that's right.
yeah, the stress and anxiety is the levels are like, oh, over the moon.
And, yeah, it's actually bringing up like this idea of trust, that we do have to trust that maybe something good will come out of all of this. And I'm hoping that at least there's a bit of a better connection and people trying to help each other out. I did see the one story in the news in Tucson that this young college student set up kind of a system where college students could get groceries for seniors, and I just thought that was awesome.
That is. I think anywhere where you could help somebody is awesome.
Yeah.
Because it seems like every tragedy or anytime something happens to the United States, no matter where it is, the country pulls together a little bit stronger each time.
I totally think so. Yeah.
If we could
Like I'm actually going to keep myself open to helping out in certain medical facilities, just because I have some training in medical. So I've done MRI training, and even for massage, you have to know quite a bit about anatomy and physiology.
Yes.
If they do need people for testing and things like that, and in the healthcare centers, then I'll be open to helping out.
That's wonderful. That's a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah.
What? Speaking of licenses and stuff, what kind of qualifications do you need to do what you're doing?
Well, I have taken the training for energy work in Vancouver. So the energy work that I learned, it's not quite like Reiki. So Reiki is one that people know about, where people are laying on a table probably, and then your hands are laid above different parts of their body, and it's not quite touching, but it's like an energy field, energization, basically. But what I learned is bioenergy healing through Michael Dalton, and this one is a chakra clearing method through the chakras, front and back. So the person stands a little bit more, and then they're seated in like a zero gravity chair, and their feet are up. So I learned the level 1 with him, and then I took the level 2, which is the practitioner training. So I am a practitioner, and I also have the teaching qualifications. So basically, I can teach people to do the level 1, which is to help their family and friends, and they can really do the energy clearing themselves. But then in order to do the practitioner training, you probably have to connect with Michael Dalton at daltonsbio.com. And then the massage training I took earlier in 2006, and that one was full, like the 750-hour training for a year. So I have been licensed nationally and in the states that I live for almost 14 years, I guess. And then the last one is hypnotherapy, which I took in 2018, and that was with the Hypnotherapy Institute in Corte Madera, California, with Randall Churchill and Cheryl, if I remember, Cheryl Canfield. And they're awesome teachers. That one is a pretty world-renowned program as well. So those are those type of things. But I also took a year of MRI training, and I taught the physics for 1 year. So I never quite worked in MRI technology, but I am trained in it if I would want to get into the diagnostics of it. Because I really do believe in that type of diagnostics as one of the best for soft tissue and really seeing things before they're a bigger problem.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. So what was your inspiration?
Well, my own health, I guess, because when I was younger, I had some health problems. I was kind of the ear, nose, and throat child, so I had all this congestion, couldn't hear very well, I had my tonsils out, and my mother went into alternative health, although she was a registered nurse. And then we started to learn about diet, basically to help each other and our family. And that was always going on in my life. But I was actually a really good artist. So I went to university for art. And my basis of even all the coaching I do is still to inspire people to get to the creative realm, because when I was growing up with all these issues, I was so happy still that I could do art. And it was just like a really great escape, and I love music, and I love dancing, and then that always became a saving grace and gave me the kind of like the motivation to do other things that were more difficult. So when I had my daughter, I was pretty young when I had my daughter, but then I had a lot of physical problems with my hormones, and that led me to discover that I had Cushing's disease. So Cushing's disease is a pituitary or adrenal-based hormone problem, and you just get all these like body problems, but you also have too much cortisol, which is a little bit like adrenaline. So there is just anxiety and always these ups and downs. You're always gaining weight. So anyway, once I left Montessori teaching in 2006 and started to go into healing work because of my own research about myself. So that was the beginning. And then when my mother was sick in 2010, then I started to discover the energy work because I was in Vancouver a lot to visit her. That's where the training went. So it was like things were leading me to different paths, just partly with my own self and my family. And they have always been a big influence. I think my older sister brought me to a lot of spiritual things with authors and different schools of thought, basically, for more like a universal spirituality when I was already like 15. So yeah, it's a combination of inspirations, I think.
Who are your go-to people? Say a mentor or somebody that you really look up to.
Well, it was always Louise Hay in our family. Like, we had the book from Louise Hay called You Can Heal Your Life, and that was really in the 80s and 90s. So the Hay House has all kinds of books, authors, spiritual people. So that was always the original kind of the go-to for my family. And then my sister, like I said, when she came back from modeling in Germany and things like that, she was actually very lonely. And she brought me back these books by Stuart Wilde, who I really do love. He's passed away in 2013, but he has kind of a legacy of following. And now there's just so many people. I really like Colette Baron-Reid because she has a lot of the oracle cards. I follow people on YouTube, many astrologers. I like Gregory Scott, the Leo King, David Palmer, and there's just so much now because of YouTube, and it's such a bigger audience that can be reached in the spiritual realm and using astrology and numerology. So that's pretty exciting. Oh, the book for numerology that got me started was by Dan Millman, and it's called The Life You Were Born to Live, and it's your purpose based on your life path. So that one was great. But then I also learned more about it from Michelle Calloway, I think.
All right, very good. All right, we're going to break for a commercial.
Okay.
So hold your thoughts. Think about what you want to talk about next. And this is Louis Michelson at Business Talk Radio. We're breaking for commercial. Don't leave us. We'll be right back.
Do you think you could share a free ebook called Viral Attraction Marketing Secrets if you had proof it would build an active team under you before you had to pay to join a great company? I'm Christy Sales, offering you the chance to see this system works. Download your free ebook now at iCanMakeCash.com. We have high demand products and a spotless reputation for paying every week. iCanMakeCash.com.
Are you in pain, depressed, anxious, unhappy? Low self-esteem holding you back? Let Gail Rayborn help you. She's a catalyst for healing with powerful intuition. A clinical and medical hypnotherapist, she'll work with you by telephone to speed healing from emotional and health challenges. Gail Rayborn offers pre- and post-surgical hypnosis, hypnosis for pain control, cancer, IBS, and other illnesses. You'll connect with inner guides and learn the message behind your health challenge. See Gail on the web at www.telehealing.com or email her gail@telehealing.com or give her a call at 707-827-3615. Your first session is free. All you have to lose is pain.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Louis Michelson at Business Talk Radio. We have a wonderful woman on the line today, Robin DeGroot. How you doing, Robin?
I'm doing great.
So, where were we? We were talking about your people.
My people.
Your mentors, yes.
Oh, right. Yes. So there's so many, and I definitely think now in the modern day, as I'm getting more into entrepreneurialism, there are some coaches that I've been working with. So I think a lot of the up-leveling of my business started when I met Craig Duswalt and Sam Crowley through kind of the peak potential thing. So I read the book by Harv Eker, The Millionaire Mind, and then I got into that whole world. So Quint Arthur really does the celebrity entrepreneur type of stuff, which I really am enjoying because it has so much to do with speaking and trying to get out there, and that falls in line with my basically the model of my business, which is I really want people to express themselves. And that's why I think it's so important right now to think that everyone is kind of cooped up and they can't really go out and do their normal modes of behavior, and they can't really connect with all the people they might normally connect with. So that's why I'm encouraging people to reach out to anyone who has calls available, video type of things, because if you're not finding you can do that with your own family or something, then it's good to reach out to someone who's a little professional and they could guide you in certain ways and just get like some really good ideas even in a 1 hour talk. So that's one thing. But then I do recommend all the things you can do on your own. And some of those are, like I said, the creative things. So try to do something new that you may not have thought about before or been putting off. So that was like things with your hands that kind of allow your mind to just wander. Because I think you can kind of download this inspiration just when you get into those meditative type of things. And that includes all these like crocheting, knitting, all these things where you're just trying to learn something with your hands, sewing, needlepoint, all that. And then baking, I think, is a wonderful thing. Baking, cooking, especially if you have children and have them included. So those were some of the things, the breathing things I definitely recommend, and usually in the morning if you can, and then maybe at night if you need to relax. But even just 10 minutes of really slow in-breath and through your nose and then out breath through your mouth kind of really can slow down the nervous system and the mind. So those are good things. And I did want to relate it to my business name. So my business name is the TLC, Truth, Love, and Creativity, because of certain chakras. So I do have 3 chakras that I kind of work with the most a little bit because they have been my own themes in life. So the T is the truth. That is your throat chakra. It's a lot about creative expression, using your voice, speaking up for yourself, singing, all that type of stuff. And then the love is your heart chakra, and that is all about relationships and healing and basically sending out love and good intentions to everyone. And then creativity is your sacral chakra, which is your low back and your lower abdomen. So that is related to sexuality a little bit because that's kind of like the birthing of ideas and birthing of children. And I tend to usually do all my guidance a little bit around those themes because I want people to make sure that they're expressing their emotions. So if they're feeling stressed right now, that's why I'm really accentuating the let that out and try to deal with it. Don't just pretend it's not happening. Don't let people tell you to calm down. Like, you have to find a way to calm down, truly. And if you have to be a little crazy, then do that too, and then you can calm down. But I think you have to let things out. I have a mini trampoline at home that I've used most of my life, and it is an awesome apparatus to have so that I can do exercise at home, and I can do it from light kind of bouncing all the way to full jumping that as if I'm running. So I really like to use it for my exercise, but it can get out all that stress in a way as well. And actually the reason I got it was because when I was younger, my mother was in touch with that chiropractor. I think she worked with him, the naturopath, for quite a few years. And he suggested that if you have your tonsils out, the lymphatic system is actually kind of weakened because certain glands of the lymphatic system are missing now. And the lymphatic system does not have muscle. It's a kind of a jiggly system. That's how it actually releases lymph. So he said to get the mini trampoline for me and always just do some light bouncing every day. And that helps to release toxins through the lymph fluid. And that's also through your sweat and whatever. Like, this is all the way this lymphatic system works. Also, the spleen is part of it. So it's part of the blood cleansing. So anyway, if you don't have a trampoline, then I just think walking is so good. If you have any kind of treadmill or something in your home, it's so good to move our bodies every day a little bit.
No jumping on the bed?
Well, we used to do that when we were young, and we got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. All right, Robin, let's tell everybody how they can get in touch with you.
Okay, my best way is through email. It's robin@robinmdgroot.com. And that's the name of my website as well, robinmdgroot.com, where you can find everything. So you can find the phone number, the email, all the services, my podcast, and different social media links, and some of the media pictures of what I've been doing with speaking engagement.
Absolutely wonderful. It was a wonderful talk. It was a wonderful session. Thank you very much for coming on. I hope everybody enjoyed it out there. I hope you contact Robin on her website or her email. She's a wonderful person. She can take care of you. Everybody have a wonderful day. This is Louis Michelson at Business Talk Radio. We'll talk to you soon, Robin.
Thank you. Talk soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives and the Ad Council.